That all came crashing down in 2018 when I suffered depression and I went really dark. But yeah, it got to a really dark place, and that was the lighting of the fuse for me to leave the Navy in 2019. Because so that the medical system, they absolutely can't fault them, you know. But the system as a whole, my peers, you could count on one hand how many of them were actually genuinely wanted to wrap that care around, and how many of them saw you as an inconvenience because you're not operationally available anymore.
Yeah, true.
Suddenly this person who goes on every deployment, is available for every posting, is now not. That's inconvenient. And that
would have been such a cost for you, given that that's been your whole life.
Totally, and there's a real sense of betrayal. So not only was I unwell, really unwell, but the thing that I had, so I was unwell because, you know, my marriage was falling over, and I couldn't control it, and I've been able to control all of these things in my life and be able to have tangible outcomes. And what made it even worse was, you know, some of the peers and the seniors just really not having my back, and then realizing that I'm not, this isn't part of me anymore. I was just a number to fill an outcome. You know, there wasn't that genuine care of me, Rob the human, and that's what really shaped the change in how I saw myself. In the military, it's very easy to define yourself by what you wear on your chest, your medal ribbons, your qualifications, your commendations, your rank. And often, sometimes that's not a good thing to do, because you kind of count people out just as much as you count them in. But so it took a long time for me to change how I saw myself and change my identity.
Of course.
So that was probably the hardest part of that transition. Yeah. So to get myself out of it took a lot of professional help.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was a really interesting experience to go through, to be able to stop and put my hand up and say, I need help. That was hard. That was really hard, because there was so much shame and so much negativity around those people who did.